Happy 2017. This first episode of Subject Found of the new year is brought to you by my patrons, the wonderful people who keep this show going, who also get an alternate ending to this season. If you're interested in supporting the show, if you like this show, and you just want to show some appreciation, head over to patreon.com/Paul Sading and choose a donation level that's comfortable with you and your budget. Now, enjoy the episode.
And it's not too bad here in Washington because most people in Washington understand the Bigfoot lore and most of them actually believe it.
Subject Found is a series of found recordings from our extensive private collection. It contains some of the most mysterious and macabre files and recordings ever gathered, and we will release them for your consideration. We do not validate their claims, but share them to allow you to make up your mind about who we are as a species and what our collective veritable truth actually is. Subject Found is a bi-weekly audio drama. Each episode is sequential, so if you haven't listened to the earlier episodes from the season, we encourage you to do so now so that you don't miss anything. Last episode, Jared met with Maria to discuss having a future together. He was thrilled to hear that she was open to reconciliation, and that night, he camped in the northern part of the Olympic National Park, chasing recent sightings and heard numerous calls from Bigfoot during the evening. The next morning, he tracked what he believed to be two Sasquatch and discovered they spent the night watching his camp.
What's up, Peter?
Are you alone?
Yeah, I'm driving right now. Why? Everything okay? You sound weird.
Where are you heading?
Shelton. I'm also drinking a Starbucks latte and wearing jeans and a hoodie and doing approximately 63 miles per hour. Jesus, Peter, what's going on? You're starting to freak me out.
You heading down there for something related to your work?
Yeah? Peter, listen. Don't dance with me. Something's going on. I can tell. You're rattled. Whatever it is, I want to help. I really do, but I'm weaving through traffic and I've got a lot on my mind. Things with Maria might be turning around, and I had a great find this weekend, but it scared the shit out of me. I was going to call you about that later, actually. Peter? You there?
I'm here, Jared. Listen, I need you to not go to Shelton. You're being watched, Jared. You're too hot right now. I really need you to think about something.
What?
How about laying low for a few weeks?
Too hot? Laying low? What are you talking about?
You're being watched, damn it. And you're being reckless. You've got to stop. At least for a bit.
Who, Peter? Who is watching me?
You know who.
Other enthusiasts? I'm not stopping because they're upset or jealous or whatever the hell's wrong with them. I'm way too close right now, Peter. Every single thing I find. I'm getting closer to proving my theory right. Why would I give all that up because some amateur Bigfoot hunters aren't happy that they're not the ones with the findings?
It's more than that, and you know it. Don't be juvenile. Listen, I'm your friend. I'm on your side. That's why I called. If I didn't care about you, I wouldn't have bothered. I know you're frustrated, but this goes beyond your interests. I'm trying to make you see that, Jared. Other people are being impacted by your actions.
Other people can kiss my ass.
Would you feel that way if I told you that I'm one of those people?
What do you mean?
They came today.
What are you talking about, Peter? Who? You're not making any sense.
In the parking garage, after work. They followed me to my car. I didn't even notice them until they had me cornered. Two of them, middle-aged white men, large.
What happened?
I'll be fine. Listen, I'm serious. I need you to take some time away from this, from all of this. Give up this chase. Give up Sasquatch. Go invest your energy in Maria. Give her all of you instead of this pursuit. It'll suck the soul out of you, Jared. I swear it. You've been doing this for 20 years. Isn't it time to do something else? Think about it. Please. Do it for me. Do it for Maria. Do it for your marriage. Hell, do it for you. I know you love doing this. This is your passion. I know you were looking for the evidence to finally prove Bigfoot. I get all of it. I do.
I'm hearing you, Peter. I am. Please don't think I'm not. What you're asking me to do, I don't know if I can.
If you'd be standing there with me, facing those two bulls, wondering if I was going to be able to crawl away after they were done, the decision might be easier for you. Sorry. That's not fair.
I don't want this impacting you. I don't want you threatened. I'm glad you're okay, but I'm enraged that they think they can bully me into quitting. I'd love to get my hands on them.
That would do nothing for you or your cause.
I know, but it'd make me feel a whole lot better.
You're a passionate man, I'll give you that.
Peter, I'm really sorry. This is crazy. I don't care about them harassing me, but I never wanted other people to pay the price for me.
I know, Jared. You're a good man and a great researcher. And I know I'm asking more of you than anyone should. Don't make a decision right now, please. Take your time. Think about it. Just don't take forever. Who knows? Maybe something will break soon with the right attention. And all of this will be for naught.
I guess.
I have a feeling it will. Those prints you brought me, they're impressive. Very impressive.
Oh yeah?
They're legitimate.
I know that.
There's no doubt in my mind they are from dynamic compression, not a stop impact. So you'll have to break the bad news to skeptics that Ray Pickens didn't come out of retirement to screw with Bigfoot researchers and an unsuspecting public. You saw the pressure ridges?
Yeah.
Can you imagine how long it would take a hobbyist to individually carve thousands of those into some mold he could slap on a boot? That'd be dedication. And the toes on a third cast. I'm not sure if you noticed, but they aren't like the other two.
I didn't. What did I miss?
The toes are flexed. It makes sense, and it's a good thing you grabbed some pictures of the site so I can understand why. Cast 3 was the one on the slope that ran up from the river, right?
Yeah. I wanted to grab a couple of different casts there because once it got into the underbrush, the ones I could find were too poor to cast.
No, that's good. Flat ground prints are one thing, but prints from inclined or declined slopes are an entirely different thing altogether. This one is good. Probably your best. The toes are flexed and deeply impressed, like the Sasquatch was trying to gain a foothold. There's a ridge of river mud pushed up into the creature's forefoot that is absent in the other two prints, and the heel is barely noticeable, again, like the other two. It shows a great degree of midfoot flexibility, greater than what you'll find in humans. It cleanly shows the midfoot bearing the immense weight of this creature, consistent with other Sasquatch prints, and even other primates. In your cast, the deepest part of the imprint is anterior to the mid-tarsal joint. And if that wasn't enough, I was able to find sweat pores in the damn prints, Jared. You cast beauties.
I knew it. You've made my day, Peter.
Calm down, buddy. That's not all I found. After nearly 4 billion years of evolution, distinguishing bipedal species, it makes it a whole lot easier to be confident that these cannot be bear tracks. Bear pads taper to a blunt point and are usually separated from the interdigital pad by a distinct crease. Plus, bears carry most of their weight on their forelimbs like most quadrupeds do, so these forward prints will show deeper impressions. Bipedal animals carry their weight toward the rear, so the beauty that evolution gives us broader heel bones. Apes, humans, Sasquatch have thicker, broader heel bones than what you'll find in a quadrupedal animal, just like these prints. I don't want to get too geeky on you, but body weight increases to the cube of linear dimensions, and the surface area of the sole of the foot increases to the square. So foot length and breadth increase with increased height of the animal. These prints are 16 inches, Jared. 16 inches!
This is starting to sound promising. What are you getting at?
I called on a favor from a forensic analyst of mine.
Damn, you're connected. I'm glad you're on my side.
I'm on the side of science. You're only getting this intel because you're a decent guy. Anyways, using a superimposition method with a graduated pole, he came to the conclusion that whatever left these prints...
Sasquatch.
He's not going to say that, buddy. Sorry. Whatever left these prints was big.
How big?
over 7.5 feet tall and weighing nearly 700 pounds.
All of this is so surreal. Peter being threatened by a group of thugs who are trying to interfere with my progress. The prints I cast in folk showing solid evidence of something large living out there. Both equally pushing me onwards. I just couldn't tell Peter that. I know he's scared. I understand that. And he's a good guy. He wouldn't have asked me to think about stopping my investigation if he wasn't scared, but he doesn't get it. He hasn't seen what I've seen. He hasn't heard what I've heard. He hasn't been through what I've been through. I'm not sure I can honor his request. I'm not going to lie. What he's asking from me at this point in the investigation is, honestly, unreasonable. Even if he doesn't know that. I don't fault him for asking. He's a friend, after all. But I'm not going to automatically respect his wishes no matter what spawned them. Even if he is a friend.
Hey, Jared.
Maria,
is everything okay?
Give me a second.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything I've done. For every single time I put us off to go on an expedition. For every single time I've asked you to give up something for me. For every single time you slept alone in that bed because I was out chasing a childhood nightmare. It was unfair and selfish. I was unfair and selfish.
Where's this coming from?
Please, I need to say this. You've deserved so much better than what I've given you. I don't know where I went wrong. I really don't. One day we were partying in college, not having a care in the world beyond how many papers we could bullshit our way through, and the next we were fighting day in and day out about everything. I don't know when it all changed, but I know why it did. It was me and my self-centered fixation with all of this. I cannot believe you put up with me as long as you did. I owe you so much.
You don't owe me anything, Jared. There isn't a couple out there whose marriage doesn't have bumps and potholes. We're no different. I put up with all of your crazy pursuits just like you sacrificed for me.
Not even close. You put your graduate degree on hold. You let promotion opportunities pass because I was constantly gone and someone needed to take care of everything else. I didn't even ask.
Jared, listen to me. Those things don't matter anymore. We both made mistakes. We both screwed up and did things that harmed our marriage. I'm just as guilty as you.
Don't say that, please.
What's this really about? Have you told anyone else what really happened? Why you're really doing all of this? That's what I thought. You're going to have to deal with this before you can move on, Jared. You know that, right? If you're serious about this, if you're serious about us, you're going to have to bury your demons. I hope you can, because if you can't, I don't know what we're going to do.
I'm not sure what to think after my phone call to Maria. I think she's probably putting a little too much on certain things that have happened to me. Like Peter, she's just looking out for me, but she's got her own perspective on things. It doesn't necessarily mean she's correct. Anyway, I'm meeting a resident of Shelton at a tiny coffee shop on West Coda Street. He would only meet where he was comfortable, he said. I guess this restaurant is it. I'm not sure why he was so insistent about it, but I don't really mind. I'd rather meet a stranger in public anyways. It was just strange how much they emphasized that it had to be here. Thank you for meeting. Like I said on the phone, I record everything that pertains to this investigation. Are you still okay with that?
Yeah, that's fine. Is this going to be on those investigation shows?
Something like that. From your message, it sounds like you have something to show me.
Yeah, it's sort of crazy, but I didn't know what to do. I did some asking around, found a few groups on Facebook, and one of them gave me your number. I hope you don't mind.
It's not a problem. I get a lot of referrals that way, actually.
Well, this is something I'm not used to doing. I mean, I don't even know where to start. I've got to be honest. I think all this stuff is crap. Sorry. No offense.
Trust me, I've heard it all. It's fine. Some of the stuff you see being passed off as possible Sasquatch proof makes us look pretty ridiculous. So what happened? In your message you said you have a video for me?
Yeah, I don't mean to be weird or anything, but can we go to my truck?
Sorry, your truck?
I promise this isn't some weird sex thing. It's just, I'm sort of freaked out by the video, and, well, I've got friends here. Shelton is a small place, and a lot of people know each other. I can't be having them think I'm nuts. This is my kid's game from last month. That's him there.
Running back, huh?
You played?
Tight end. Used to have more quickness and size. You can see that's all changed, though.
Yeah, me too. I was never coordinated, though. I played offensive tackle. Oh, here, watch this part.
I don't get it. I know you didn't call to show me a football game, even though that was a pretty sweet play.
Yeah, it was. That's not why I called you. I didn't see it the first few times I watched the play either. Actually, my wife pointed it out to me, and she saw it. Let me replay it. Now pay attention. So my kid gets the ball from the sweep, especially when he cuts the corner and sprints down the sideline. Now, okay, now look. Right here. See that?
Sort of. I mean, I can't make anything out except for the chain link fence and someone on the other side of it.
Keep watching that spot. Follow that shape.
Oh my God.
Now you know why I called you.
Can I have a copy of this?
Already put on this flash drive for you. I want to be done with this. I don't even want to go near that stadium again. Never mind that thing on video. It's all yours. I just hope it helps.
I'm holding the thumb drive Kevin gave me a few minutes ago. My hand is shaking. The video of the football game is so much more than that. Beyond the field and players on the sideline is a chain link fence. Beyond that is a small 2-lane road sandwiched in between a thin clump of trees and a much thicker tree-covered area, which borders a local business's yard. Those trees cast a black backdrop against the bright lights of the field, which only cast light about 20 yards beyond the fence before being snuffed out. As you watch the players run down the field, Kevin's camera pans along with his son sprinting down the sideline, and that's when you can see it. A Sasquatch is hurriedly walking perpendicular to the field, seemingly carefully navigating the obscured line where the lights meet the darkness. But that's not all. There is another smaller Sasquatch trailing behind it. The second is probably no more than 3 feet tall. I've never seen evidence of a junior Bigfoot before. I mean, it's not the best video you'll ever see because of the speed of his panning, but there are large shapes out in the open, though they might be trying to cloak themselves in the dark. And they're moving fast. But there's no doubt in my mind that what Kevin has, what he gave to me, is video evidence of 2 Sasquatch, a parent and its child. This changes everything.
Thank you for your downloading and your listen. Again, if you appreciate the show, I need your help. I have music to buy, I have sound effects to buy, I have production equipment I want to buy, and I want to pay my actors for season 2. You can help make that possible. If you enjoy the show, even $1 or $2 a month helps. From enough people, it will definitely help. And to become a patron, you can do that over at patreon.com/Paul Sading. Another way you can help the show is by leaving an iTunes review, and I would like to take a moment to thank the people who actually go do that. Since last episode, we got a couple more ratings. all 5 stars. Thank you to those of you who left those. But I also want to thank Helix 2301, who gave us a 5-star and said that this was their kind of show. Mr. Nobody 137 said, along with 5 stars, that this was an interesting concept. He likes the idea of this being an anthology series. Looks forward to the rest of this season and forward to future seasons. And Mr. Nobody, I can tell you that I'm very excited to get season 2 out there to show folks that this is more than just a show about Bigfoot. The monster that we chase in season 2 is very, very different from what you're hearing this season. And lastly, Boobot gave us a 5-star, said, love this show. The show's great. It's something different, and I'm looking forward to the upcoming seasons. Thank you to everybody who does do that. If you have a few moments, I cannot ask enough for you to at least give us a 5-star rating. And then if you have a few more minutes, sharing a couple sentences about why you like the show helps immensely. I would love to get this show consistently in the top 200 on iTunes, and you can make that happen by doing those things. So if you can't become a patron, this is another way that you can help encourage me to keep going. So a huge thank you to those of you who do that. Subject Found is a pulsating production in association with Baitcrafter Studios. This episode was written and edited by Paul Sading and was produced by Brian Bristol. I want to thank you for listening to episode 6 of Subject Found, and please join us in episode 7 in 2 weeks as Jared closes in on finding Bigfoot. If you have sightings you would like to report, please email the show at foundtapespodcast@gmail.com and we'll get it into Jared's hands. You can find more information, links to other cool stuff, ways to subscribe and support the show, and the show's store over at foundstories.com. John McCain is Jared Strong. You can find more of John's work at jmacvo.com, jmacvo.com, and at dogandponystudios.net. Maria Strong is played by Heather Spiegel-Auden. Peter Beckingham is Michael Kennedy of IamYourVoiceover.com. And I'd like to introduce and thank Sean Henniger of A Language of Bromance podcast for joining us in this episode as Kevin. If you like edgy comedy, go check out Sean's show over at languageofbromance.com. Music in this episode was created by Simon Croft and Chris Collins. You can find Simon's work at soundcloud.com, Simon Croft Music, and Chris Collins, indiemusicbox.com. Also, in the introduction of this show, featured Yin vs. Yang. You can find Yin vs. Yang on soundcloud.com/Yin vs. Yang. One last comment before I get out of here. Go on over to the page at foundstories.com to find the ways to subscribe, find out more information about the actors this season, and ways that you can help this show. Until next episode, remember, all that is lost must be found. All quotes that you hear at the beginning of each episode are provided by Steve Mojo Wilkins of the Washington Sasquatch Research Team. You can find more of Steve's work over at wasrt.net. And I would like to thank Steve for his time on educating me on what it's like to find Bigfoot.